Well, it's so hard to evaluate that game. You know, I actually, I don't normally read and listen to a lot of things, but I did read on some of your articles, because you lose perspective, and I wanted to see what people thought that were there. Because I think if you're not there, it's hard to get the whole fold of it all. And I thought most of you kind of looked at it like I looked at it, you know, like there were some positives, but there was, I mean, we've had issues with turnovers a few times over the last couple of years, but these were, every one of them had a layup involved. I mean, I think we counted 7 to 9 that were just bona fide dead layups. And I don't know, you know, they should have shot a lot higher percentage of 47, but when you only shoot 30 the second half, you know, that makes up for it. And yet, you know, we looked at a Kansas team now of being a better three-point shooting team than the one they had last year. They just went 2 for 21 in their opening game. You know, I think what we got to do is figure out there's going to be part of a process here to get this team better. And the biggest part of the process is how they practice, because that's what's going to get them better each and every day. Now, we took a step backwards from how we practice and how we play, and you got a legitimate question, you know, how, why, what's it going to take? Number one, it's going to take is not giving a guy a layup, because that's undefendable, as we've always talked about. And I don't know a good answer on how some of those things happened. I mean, they were the most bizarre turnovers that led to layups. There were some plays in that game that ball bounces off a guy's head into this guy who's a fifth-year guy who transferred from Holy Cross. He shoots it up, the layup gets fouled. You know, there were some weird things that happened in the game, but I thought they caused them by a hell of a lot of energy in that first 10 minutes, where we had the deer in the headlights look. I don't know why. I don't think it was fear. Gary Harris doesn't fear anything. Nix doesn't fear anything. Apple doesn't fear anything. BJ doesn't. We just didn't look like a well-oiled engine, and maybe it was because of all the things that I've been talking about so far. So what do we got to do? We got to keep practicing better. We've got to shore up our offense a little bit and get the ball inside a little bit more and just move. We got to move a little bit more. We just stood around for 12 minutes, and then when we started moving, started hitting the post and cutting, started having good things happen to us. And so we started out so poorly. They shot 81% and then 30 the last 28 minutes. We probably shot 10% and then probably 48 the last 10 minutes, our last 28 minutes. So it was a complete reversal of roles on both teams. They just had too big a jump.
So with Trice gone, do you look at this game for happening like you're just going to be at the one out there? And if not, if you still want to move him off a little bit, is it more likely that it's Kearney with him or Valentine with him if you slide him over?
Well, right now it's more likely Valentine with him, because Kearney has not been able to do the things. So right now, today, it's more like Valentine with them. But, you know, we got to get Trice back, too, because I think you look at the last 10 games of last year, he was playing awfully well until he got hurt at Ohio State. And is he a great player? Not yet, but is he, you know, he, too, remember now, is coming off that 2 months of bizarre bacterial virus, whatever it was called. So, you know, he played pretty good considering what he did. And right now, my big concern is if we don't have him tomorrow, I can't worry about it. I'm not worried about a fatigue factor tomorrow. So wipe that out of the excuse column right now. I feel great. I don't look great, I feel great. If I feel great, they feel great. And so that's another factor. I think the factor is we're going to be short a guy that played 20 minutes last game and probably would have played 25 minutes in that game. Concern, yes, but it's time for a couple freshmen to step up, and Kearney to maybe step up, and they get an opportunity. What better time to have an opportunity than on a stage like this?